Hello, hello. It's been a couple of weeks, but we are back. The Dutch Brothers studio here in the booming metropolis of Richardson, Texas.
You know, they say absence makes the heart grow fonder. Do you think everybody's just chomping at the bit now that we're back, or like they couldn't live without us?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm sure that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I think there's probably at least 5 people watching that probably haven't slept because they haven't seen us via video.
Threw their schedules off.
Yeah, they're
stomach ulcers. No telling.
No telling. You know, insomniacs now, wondering, staying up all night, wondering if there's a dog. Throwback.
And we're very healthy in our self-image, aren't we?
Yeah. Hey, Will here with
Brent
Tucker,
and we're just goofing around a little bit.
Yeah. So. Hey, great. No, seriously, great to be back. Hey, just a couple of things. One, just reflecting on the last couple of weeks. Now we're in the qualities in the 2 Peter passage: faith, virtue, knowledge, self-control, perseverance, godliness, brotherly affection. Love.
Yeah,
I think I got all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Hope so. Any reflections from your standpoint, Brent?
Well, I thought the illustration that you used Sunday before last was excellent. It was a great object imagery about inhaling and exhaling, and I know that stuck with me. You know, when we inhale, we are full of that characteristic and desiring for God to work, and then, you know, when there's a kind of a bump along the way, we have that exhaling of that. And so I know just shortly after that Sunday, there was a moment even in my prayer time, or actually I recognized, you know, God, I'm exhaling right now. Mm-hmm. And that moved me into just, you know, whether it be confession, Lord, help me with this. That imagery popped in, and so I thought you did a great job with that.
Great.
It was a good reminder of what was going on then. You know, I'm not expressing faith in you. I'm exhaling, and I need to fill back up. And so good job there.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Yeah, well, this passage of scripture is pretty significant for me. In fact, when I am dealing with people one-on-one and kind of, I don't know if it's maybe a counseling moment, even though I'm not a counselor, or if it's a mentoring or discipleship type of relationship where I'm with somebody for a prolonged period of time, not just a one-off conversation, but one of the things that I'm doing is listening for the presence of these qualities. Are these qualities, you know, filling up, or are these qualities kind of shrinking in the moment? And so even so much when people they say, hey, Will, I'm struggling with something. Doesn't matter what the struggle is. It can be a relationship issue. It can be, you know, whatever it is. My mind, I don't react to the thing that they say. I immediately go back and start asking questions related to the qualities, and just to see. So, you know, if it's whatever they're dealing with is rooted in a faith issue. Are you not believing something about God right now? Or if it's a virtue issue, are you desiring to be the type of person that God, you know, like we talked about this past Sunday, like virtue is like the sentinel at the heart, where God protects the thing that the Spirit of God gives us to protect the affections of our heart. So, and we'll be talking about more and more qualities as we go through. So, it's a fun series to walk through.
Yeah, I want to throw something in. I hadn't even told you about this even before we started recording here. But, you know, sometimes a pastor will say something audibly and it's profound. There's sometimes when he doesn't say it, but it's still very impactful. And there was a moment like that yesterday, and I want to tell you about it and also encourage our church in this. But as you were preaching or starting to unveil the text, you did not read it. It very much was memorized. Yeah. And there was a moment there that God used that and challenged me. I want to start memorizing, I don't know how far, but starting in verse 3, going through probably at least verse 11, maybe. I want to put that as a goal for me to memorize that, because it's such a such a great nugget of a passage. And when it's memorized, we can then meditate on it and pray it. And so you didn't make any deal of it. You were just not reading it, but you were going through it, and the thought, oh, Will has that memorized. Yeah. And and we always, I think, are needing to work on that. And so this is a great passage to do that. And so that was like one of those silent but impactful moments. God said, hey, this is something you ought to do. Wow. And so
well, there's a lot more scripture I don't have memorized than I do.
Yeah.
Well, hey,
that's when we say, well, it's somewhere in there.
It's somewhere in there. I think it was a few weeks ago I was trying to access that do justice, love mercy passage.
Micah 6:8.
And I was like, isn't that Job, or isn't that like Zephaniah or something? I don't know. I went like 5 or 6 books, and it was you or David Beatty that said that was whatever. Anyway, pretty funny. Hey, a couple other just quick announcements. If you were with us this past week, you were given one of these handouts. It's just that personal and corporate resolution of members of NBC Northridge. I just want to encourage you. We had 19 actually turned in this past week. We have more that we passed out, and so if you took that home with you, please be in prayer over that. There should be in this email that's containing this link, should be one of these attached for you to print out if you happen to leave it at the church, or when you come back this Sunday, we'll have more to pass out for you as well. But we really do want you to take that seriously. It is really important that we don't just say that we're willing to change if we are, but I think this is kind of one of those milestone moments where we can say, you know what, we actually really are. Now, what I want to assure you of is a willingness to change doesn't mean that we're just going to be flippant about what we change, right? So that, I mean, we don't know what any change could be right now, but I just know that I trust that the leaders will change whatever with wisdom, with careful thought, with genuine care. But we're just speaking our intent right now. There is no change defined. There's no idea we're hiding in a bush.
Not a sucker punch coming.
There's no sucker punch coming. Yeah, just a sucker who's talking to you on the video right now. Last thing I want to say is, we starting, gosh, what was it, April, we changed the schedule. Wednesday nights and Sundays, not changed the schedule, but we changed the format, so we consolidated the Sunday school classes. We're going through a process on Sunday morning. We also did the same thing for Wednesday nights. Well, this Wednesday night is the last of the 5 workshops. We're going to keep this format with everybody together in a Bible study kind of discussion format group. We're going to keep this format through the end of June, but the workshop is done. We're going to kind of pivot a little bit starting next Wednesday on the 18th. May 18th. But on Sunday school, we're actually going to keep going through the process that we're currently doing on Sunday mornings, just so you have an idea of where we're going. But want to give that heads up to you. Anything else, Brent?
I don't think so.
That's it, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Hey,
hope you have a good week this week.
Rumor has it that it's somebody's birthday next Monday, the 16th, May 16th, and he's turning 42 again. So,
and somebody else has a birthday 3 days later on the 19th.
That's right. So anyway, love you guys. Praying for
Absolutely.
you. I think that's
Have
it.
a great week. Hope to see you Wednesday
From the Dutch Brothers Cafe.